of an interesting path. I was never planning to become a judge. That was not on my radar as far as my journey through legal work. I actually had my first child and decided I wanted to go part-time, to work part-time, and I started thinking about an area that I loved in my practice, which was guardianships, conservatorships, estates, working with older people. So I was fortunate. I have a family that is ensconced in the legal field, 5 generations actually. And I went to my father-in-law and said, I'd like to work part-time and I'd like to focus in probate and estates. He said, that's great, because what is he going to say? I'm the mother of his first grandchild. So I went part-time for about 10 years, focusing only in probate. And my predecessor, Judge Bill Self, was great to me. He was a mentor, and he really gave me great advice, helped me to work part-time, and that was in the 90s, early 2000s, when it just wasn't acceptable to say you were going to work part-time, especially if you were a woman. So I was fortunate, and it was just sort of a natural progression. When Judge Self decided he was going to retire, I had a lot of people coming to me saying, you need to do this, and that's what I did, and that's how I became the probate judge in Bibb County. I love the people. I love the people. I have a love-hate relationship with the guardianships for adults and for minors, but I love that I always feel like I am helping people. And I'm not one to just sit and make a ruling. I probably get a little more involved sometimes in the temporary guardianships and the adult guardianships, because I want to help them get the services and the things that they need. And I realize that's a link that's often missing in our system. Well, they call me the cleanup person. We are rewriting bylaws. We are redoing and amending our rules. We are working on temporary guardianships, and we are also getting ready to do several self-help videos for self-represented litigants. And so we have a lot going on this year, and things that we've had some big projects in the past, and these are a little more manageable, but my fellow judges call me the cleanup queen, so that's what I'm going to be doing for the next year. I am in the second book of the Game of Thrones series. My middle son, I have 3 children, my middle son and my daughter and I went to Scotland and Ireland this year. And my son was like, Mom, I can't believe you have not read or seen the Game of Thrones. And as the 2 children were talking about it and going on and on about Game of Thrones, I was like, okay, I've got to read this. Now I'm hooked. I have just about finished the second book, and I promise you I will start the 3rd book because I've got to find out what happens.